from Memorial Field. It's CNET's coverage of State College athletics as the State College Little Lions play host to the Chambersburg Trojans here tonight in State College, Pennsylvania. Welcome into tonight's broadcast between State College and Chambersburg. Alongside Zach Donaldson, I'm Preston Shoemaker. Glad to be with you here tonight. Now, Zach, you got a battle of two and one opponents, both clashing together here, a Mid-Penn Conference clash. Just about 90 miles separate these two schools, a 2-hour drive for Chambersburg to get in today. But they're coming off of a win last week at home, and they really need to settle in this week against a tough State College opponent. What's a trend that you're looking for here tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Preston. Well, tonight for the Chambersburg Trojans, we talked to head coach Mark Luther a little bit before the game, and he really emphasized with his team this week about eliminating mistakes. Last week, although they got the victory, the Trojans still ended up fumbling the ball on the 2-yard line and had a punt return touchdown called back because of a penalty. So Luther says that the team is getting better every week, and this week they really put an emphasis on eliminating those turnovers, taking care of the football.
Both of these teams relatively young on the sale of upperclassmen, a lot of junior talent between both squads. Chambersburg coming off of a 21-7 win last week at home against Red Lion. Let's flip the script and look at these State College Little Lions. Some really talented guys on that offense, and it centers in at Finn Fermanak at quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. Fermanak, the Swiss Army knife for the Little Lions. He can do it all. He can run. He can pass. He has not thrown an interception on the season. And get this, he can catch the ball too. He's got 100 yards receiving on the year. So if Fermanak can do what he does and really, implement his skill set tonight and get guys involved like Jay Sean Green and running back Brady Bendick, I think this, could be a long night for Chambersburg.
Deshaun Green, the senior wide receiver, and of course Fermanak, the junior quarterback in his first year here at the helm of this State College Little Lions offense. Coming off of a 34-20 win last week at Hollidaysburg. It's going to be a great matchup between these two teams as they square off tonight here at Memorial Field. Stick with us. We're just moments away from kickoff. We're watching State College Little Lions football here on CNET.
The officials for tonight's game are referee Matthew Fries, headlinesman Mark Bennington, umpire Mark Corral, line judge Brian Metzger, and back judge Aaron Terracora. Chambersburg wins the coin toss and defers its choice to the second half. State College will receive the opening kickoff.
Welcome back here to Memorial Field, just moments away from the opening kickoff between the Chambersburg Trojans and the State College Little Lions. Alongside Zach Donaldson, I'm Preston Shoemaker. The Trojans are set to kick off to the Little Lions to start off tonight. Back deep for the Little Lions to return is Jashawn Green as Tegan Hummelstein kicks this one off. Taken back by Green. He'll take it out of the end zone. Makes a move at the 25 and puts outside. He's got one man to beat, and there he has the edge. Across the 45 into Chambersburg territory and brought out of bounds at the 42-yard line. There's the playmaker right off the top, Zach, Jashawn Green. He's going to be a big factor tonight for the Little Lions.
Yeah, Jashawn Green kicking it off with a bang here. Big-time kick return. Set the tone early for the Little Lions.
Jashawn Green, multiple Division I offers already. He serves as a captain. The senior will be a wide receiver tonight in the offense for Matt Littell and the State College Little Lions. Getting set to take the field here, averaging just over 200 rushing yards a game and just under 200 receiving yards a game. It'll be Finn Furmanek. And it appears there was a flag on the play that's going to back this one up for State College. A block in the back has brought them all the way back to the 18-yard line. That's where they're going to start. A key factor already early in this contest, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about in the pregame show Chambersburg eliminating the mistakes, but there's State High right there. Big blow when they could have started off at midfield to begin this one.
Furmanek, the quarterback, with Bendick off to his hip. Bendick takes the handoff, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Right there was Grant Hopple making the tackle here early on as we just get underway here in the first quarter.
Yeah, Grant Hopple, way to protect the outside edge right there, not letting anything happen.
Hopple, 13 tackles on the season, the starting linebacker for this State College, or rather this Chambersburg defense. Loss of a yard on the play. It's a 2nd and 11 as Furmanek will remain in the shotgun. 4 men up front for the State College, the Chambersburg defense. Handoff once again coming up. It's a play action now coming across on the near side. It's connected and he breaks a tackle. Down the sidelines and no one in front. Can he leg it out? It's TJ Yoder down to the 20. Brings it to the 10. Spinning at the 5-yard line and tripped up at the 4 for State College. A massive gain on the play for TJ Yoder, the senior slot receiver, and the Little Lions are in the red zone.
Yeah, TJ Yoder right there. 2 big plays early on for State High, and you see Furmanek with that quarterback option. Fooled Chambersburg a little bit there because, as we talked about, he has running ability too, and I'm sure that they know that. And they forgot about Yoder on the outside. Yoder showing off his wheels. Nice save. Nice save of the touchdown there by Malachi Scott for the Trojans.
It's the longest reception of the season for Yoder, and State College is set to work here at the 3-yard line. 10:45 in the first quarter. Handoff up the middle to Bendick, and he's tripped up. Trojans defense there, standing strong. Coming through on the tackle is James Lilly. Be a gain of 1, a 2nd and 2 here with 10:29 remaining in the first. State College looking to score on their opening drive. The massive connection to T.J. Yoder has set him up in the red zone. They'll be blown dead here. So it appears there's a mess with the clock. Official will now get things back underway as State College will line up tight. Stacking the box are the Trojans, and a flag has been thrown on the play. It's going to go against the offense, backing up the Trojans, an illegal.
Offsides.
It'll be an offsides lineup, on State College.
They bring up 2nd and goal. At the
2nd and goal, they'll bring them back to the 7-yard line.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that was an illegal formation there or an offsides penalty, but looks like State High was offsides, and they'll get another opportunity from about the 8.
It'll be the 7 coming in motion, and the handoff goes to him. Now getting the outside corner, and he's going to get tripped up. That's Yoder once again fighting for every yard, and he'll plunge forward to about the 3, setting up a 3rd and goal situation here for the Little Lions.
T.J. Yoder with the carry.
Yeah, see, just like that, Little Lions, 2, which could be back-breaking penalties here early on if they don't get this in on 4th down and 4.
It'll be a
third down and 4, excuse me.
A 3rd and 4 situation, as you said, Zach. We've mentioned the dual threat ability from Fermanac. 112 rushing yards on the season through 3 games with 3 touchdowns. He lines up in the shotgun formation. Owen Yurka off his right hip, the halfback, takes the handoff. Yurka getting the outside, 1 man to beat, and he takes a hit, plunging forward, diving for the pylon. He's in. Owen Yurka, the 3-yard touchdown run. He bangs it outside, and the Little Lions take a 6-0 lead here in the first quarter. 9:07 on the clock.
Yurka showing off the power, just gives Curtis Bryant, the cornerback, the shoulder and powers his way into the end zone. And State High does end up getting points. So the penalties, something that they're going to have to watch out for as this game goes on, but they were able to overcome them on that drive.
Snap from Kersinger, hold from Morris. The kick from Quinn Murphy is through the upright. 7-0 State College with 9:07 remaining here in the first quarter. Zach, a critical opening drive for State College that saw a 70-plus yard connection with T.J. Yoder, the senior slot receiver. Had 126 yards coming into the contest tonight. It's going to be a big offensive attack through the air for State College. The Trojans defense are going to have to react to that.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to have to make some adjustments because, as we talked about in the pregame, State College, full of star power. They can get it done on the outside from Green and Yoder, and we saw both of them making an impact already in this game.
These State College Little Lions are looking for their first win here at Memorial Field this season. Their second home contest back in the first one, a 42-21 defeat from Downingtown East. And that was a unique one. Deshaun Green went down with the injury, which forced Fermanac, the quarterback, outside as a wide receiver, saw Jack Morris slide in. A tough loss for these State College Little Lions. They're going to look to get that win here tonight with the home crowd supporting them on.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing better than a full crowd. I'm sure some of these kids haven't even experienced a full crowd with last season being altered because of COVID. It's got to be nice to be back under the Friday night lights and scoring a touchdown on your first drive.
Rajan Parker and Bryce Flannery back to receive the kick for the Trojans. Back to kick it off is Quinn Murphy. Comes through and legs this one right down the center. It's going to go over the head and sail into the end zone for a touchback. It'll bring things out for the Trojan offense. First look at Mark Luther's Trojan offense here tonight. 2-1 on the campaign, coming off a 21-7 win last week against Red Lion. And our first look at the sophomore quarterback, Jameer Jones.
Yeah, we'll see if Jones can, State College already showing what they have on offense here early on. We'll see if Jones can take advantage of this defense. We'll see if the defense brings the same kind of firepower that the offense did.
Rajan Parker lined up at the bottom of your screen, the sophomore wide receiver, over 150 yards on the campaign. First down pass across the middle is caught. It's a gain of about 8 by the tight end, James Lilly, senior tight end with 35 reception yards coming into the contest tonight. Jones makes the connection. It'll be 2nd and short.
Gain of 8 yards.
James Lilly, the captain, just running a short slant route, getting some yards. Start the drive off on a strong note.
Jones, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception through the air this season. He'll look to build on his first season at the starting role for the Trojans. The quarterback lining up in the shotgun with Flannery off his right hip. That's Bryce Flannery. Takes the snap. This dog ball down the field. He's got his man. It's Scott. Caught. No one in front of him. The 20 crossing the 10. It's a touchdown for the Trojans. Malachi Scott, his first reception of the season. The senior down the far sideline connects. It's a 72-yard touchdown, and the Trojans are an extra point away from tying it up with 8:19 in the first.
What a response right there from the Trojans. Took them 2 plays. The Jones to Scott connection. Big time play right there. Trojans striking, pending extra point.
Here's Tegan Hummelstein back as the kicker. Fulmar will hold. Football's down, the kick is up, and it is no good. Wide to the right. Hummelstein, his 2nd missed point after attempt this season, 4 for 6 on the campaign. Hummelstein in his first season as the primary kicker here, the nephew of head coach Mark Luther. He's seen 2 of his cousins, Tyler and Tanner Luther, come through in that kicking role over the past 2 seasons. Now Hummelstein sliding into the spotlight. We'll have to see whether that comes back late in the game to hurt the Trojans.
Absolutely. I mean, I was about to say to tie the game, but I said pending extra point. There we go. This game could come down to that. We'll see. Lot left to be played, but yeah, comes from a family of kickers. I'm sure he'll be able to bounce back.
2 cousins, Tyler and Tanner, both kicking at the collegiate level. Tyler at IUP University, Tanner at Central Michigan, kicking in the MAC Conference. Both sons of the head coach Mark Luther. Hummelstein, also a golfer at the Chambersburg High School, one of the top golfers on the team. And he is set to kick this one off. 7-6 your score. The Little Lions leading by 1 with 8:19 here in the first quarter. Back to return for the Little Lions is Jashawn Green. The kick is off, and it's going to go to Green once again. He'll catch it at about the 12. Bringing it up the near side, splitting some defenders, and he will be wrapped up and ripped down to the turf by Bryce Flannery on the play. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Little Lions.
Yeah, nice way to wrap up there by Flannery. A lot of bodies of the Trojans, making sure that Green doesn't break off a big one like last time.
That's a good point. What do you think is a big key here for this Chambersburg defense? You saw Yoder get away on the outside, just kind of break a tackle. How do they stop that big play? We'll talk about that here in a second, Donaldson, as we have a shotgun formation setting up for the Little Lions. 8 minutes and 14 seconds here in the first quarter. Furmanak, the quarterback, back. He's going to have Green on the bottom of your screen, as well as Kyle Kersinger, the H-back. Handoff goes up the middle. Plunging forward is Bendick. He's going to get a gain of about 5, but a flag on the play will stop the clock at 8 minutes and 8 seconds.
Penalty flag down.
Appears to be a holding flag against the Little Lions. It's going to back him up. Second time already we've seen a penalty up in the front of that formation for the Little Lions, and something that perhaps needs to be cleaned up as this game continues.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, penalties will come back to bite you when it's all said and done. So that was a nice run there by Bendick. He took the Trojans line for a ride. Fortunately, it gets called back, and now they're looking at a 1st down and 18.
1st and 18, ball on the 24-yard line. Furmanak going with a hard count there, now looks to the sidelines and gets the call from the head coach, Matt Lintel. Takes a shotgun snap. Handoff goes up the middle once again, plunging forward for a gain of about 3 or 4 on the play is Owen Yurka. That's the sophomore running back behind Bendick. Yurka, long carry of 47 yards this season. He's got 96 on 13 carries coming into the contest. And it appears that the Little Lions will have a player down on the field here. Clock is stopped at 7:38. Don't have an ID on the player down, but we're going to step aside here for a quick break. Stick with us here, 7-6 with 7:38 in the first quarter. State College leading by 1 here on CNET. Back here at Memorial Field, 7-6 your score as the left tackle John Brightman is off the field under his own power. He went down on the play. It's going to slide Greg Pata into a starting spot on that offensive line here. Second down and 12, ball on the 30-yard line. Clock will begin ticking at 7:35 and counting. Yerka, the running back in the backfield with Furmanek once again. Yoder and Green at the bottom of your screen. That is those two dangerous wide receivers for the Little Lions. Rolling to the near side is Furmanek, using the legs and plunging forward. He'll be tackled at about the 37-yard line. Clock continues to tick at 7 and 8 seconds. Sets up a 3rd down and 6.
Nice play there made by Grant Hopple. Not letting Furmanek fool him with his dual threat abilities. Sniffing that out, making the tackle.
3rd and 6. Furmanek looking near side, swatted at the line of scrimmage. Coming through the linebacker, James Lilly, senior linebacker, gets the job done for the Trojans. It's going to force a punt here with 6:47 in the first.
The senior James Lilly making an impact here early on. Had one catch on the last drive before the big touchdown strike, and getting the Chambersburg defense off the field with a big swat at the line.
Murphy back to punt for State College. Bryce Flannery back to receive for the Trojans. It's the first pass deflected of the season for Lilly. Off the foot, this one coming down. Flannery, it's going to sail right into his hands. He avoids a tackle right there at the near hash. Trying to work himself outside on the far end. He's brought down by a herd of Little Lions. Clock stops at 6:34 here in the first quarter. Chambersburg trailing by 1. Now we see that offense come back out. 2 plays on that first drive. The 72-yard connection getting into the end zone from Jameer Jones to Malachi Scott. Big play there. State College defense has to settle in a little bit. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, certainly on the outside, the cornerbacks and the DBs have to make sure that that does not happen again. Have to be tougher and not let anything get behind you. Keep everything in front of you.
Rashawn Williams, the tailback, off the right hip of Jones. The ball goes to him. He plunges up the middle, breaking a tackle and getting about 6 yards on the play, but a big hit coming through to make it 2nd down and about 5.
Yeah, huge hit right there by State High.
Looked like that was the outside linebacker, Will Stone, perhaps. 2nd and 4 here.
Gain of 7 for Chambersburg. Will bring up 2nd and 3.
Williams once again in the backfield. Snap goes back, and it's over the shoulder of Jones. He's back. There's a lot of pressure. Releases the ball. This one on the near side. It's routed around. Did he make the catch? It is incomplete. Trying to get over there in defense. It appeared to be Deshaun Green. Could not make the catch to pick that ball off. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, snap was a little high. Jones couldn't handle it. Was able to recover and pick the ball up off the ground. He's got to be careful throwing into tight coverage like that when the play is scrapped.
It's a large front for that State College defense. Multiple players of over 6 foot and over 300 pounds. It's tough for that offensive line to hold back. But a 3rd down and 3, 5:57 in the first quarter. Shotgun snap. Jones avoiding pressure once again. He fires near side. It's caught for the first down right at the yard to gain. Once again, it's Malachi Scott.
Malachi Scott with 2 big catches here early on, converting on the 3rd down.
It'll be a 1st and 10, ball on the 37-yard line. 5 minutes and 44 seconds here in the first quarter. 7-6, State College leading.
Scott with the simple comeback route right there. Had to wonder if the cornerback was thinking, the fact that he beat him deep last time is giving him some more leverage.
Handoff once again up the middle. Breaking a tackle is Rashawn Williams. He's going to fight for about a gain of 6 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd and 4 at about midfield. Rashawn Williams, 72 yards on the season coming in for the Trojans, the junior tailback. Also has 19 reception yards on the campaign for Chambersburg. We mentioned this young team that Chambersburg puts out on the field. No quarterback or wide receivers had prior varsity experience coming into the start of the season. That's what Mark Luther told us at the beginning of the week, but adamant on the fact that every single player has to find a way to do their job, and that's something they've been working on over these first 3 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. You're only good as the guy next to you, so everyone certainly has to do their job, fill their role, and, it looks like they're doing a pretty good job with that early on as they're driving here.
Parker lines up on the near sideline just out of your screen on the bottom. Handoff going up the middle once again, Williams. He evades one tackler, but then brought down by a swarm of Little Lions. Right up the middle there was Green to make the stop. Pardon, that is Calvin Roan making the stop for State College. It's a gain of maybe 1. They're going to mark it no gain, so 3rd and 4 with 4:27 here in the first quarter. See if the Trojans can get another key 3rd down conversion here, Zach.
Yeah, that would be huge. That would put them in state high territory.
Lining up in the backfield is Rashawn Williams. Jones takes a snap, looking to throw. Now he's going to try to get it with his legs, coming near side, puts on the brakes and throws to an open receiver. He cannot make the catch. Rajan Parker in and out of the hands. Would have been good for 1st down distance, but there is a flag on the play in the backfield.
Yeah, pending the flag, we'll see, but went right through the arms of Tucker. Way to keep the play alive there by Jones, scrambling outside, keeping his eyes up and finding the open man.
Ineligible man downfield is the call against Chambersburg.
Ineligible receiver downfield, the call against Chambersburg.
Penalty is declined, which is going to result in the play. 4th down and 4. Ball on the 47-yard line of the Trojans, and the punt team is coming out as Tegan Hummelstein will have his first punt of the day. The Little Lion defense getting a stop of their own. Back to return the punt for State College. Looks like it might be TJ Yoder. Off the foot of Hummelstein, this one back, a fair catch called for, and the catch is made at the 15-yard line. And that's where the Trojans' defense will come out onto the field. Little Lions will set up shop. 1st and 10, ball at the 15. 3 minutes and 55 seconds here in the first quarter, 7-6, as the State College Little Lion offense is back out on the field.
Yeah, as the offense trots back out, big stand by the defense to eliminate any further damage after they let up that first 3rd down conversion. Didn't let anything happen from there. But once again for Chambersburg, the penalties ended up biting them there at the end, although the pass was dropped. Something to watch out for, certainly, as this game moves on.
Senior running back Brady Bendick in the backfield. Brandon Price, along with Jashawn Green on the near side, lined up as receivers. Furmanek has it. He's got pressure. Lobs this one up into the secondary. It could be trouble. Jump ball, and it's one. Brought down at the 48-yard line. Making the catch on the play, Dante Nastasi. 1st and 10, ball on the 48 here for State College. Nastasi winning the jump ball. They're going to mark it at the 46.
Yeah, Nastasi winning that 50-50 ball. Mossing Malachi Scott right there for the big gain.
Head coach Mark Luther told us at the beginning of the week they were going to work in some 4-man defensive fronts, typically a defense that works with 3 men on the line. We see three here now, lined up on the ball as Fermanagh takes it, hands it off to Green, who jukes a man in the backfield, trying to get outside, spinning, and it's going to be a gain of about 1 on the play. 3 minutes and 18 seconds counting, a 2nd and 9 situation for the Little Lions.
No gain, it'll be 2nd down, Little Lions.
Yeah, Green, way to make something out of that play. Dodging the first tackle in the backfield. Didn't get that many, positive yards, but still something. 2nd and 10.
Clock under 3 minutes here in the first quarter. Little Lions looking to drive their 3rd drive of the game after scoring on their first and punting it away on a 3-and-out in their second. A big connection has already gotten them to midfield as Fermanagh takes the snap. Trying to do it with his legs, but he's tripped up in the backfield. Will fall down right at the line of scrimmage. Getting back there in a hurry is Lilly. That's the linebacker once again, the senior. 5 tackles and a forced fumble coming into today's contest on the season, but he is a leader for that Trojans defense.
Yeah, Lilly has been active here early on as he goes off the field. We'll see if that's something State High can take advantage of.
Looking at a 3rd and 10 situation for State College. Ball on the Little Lions 46-yard line. Fermanagh looking to throw. Zings one down midfield. This one's going to be over the head of a running Yoder, incomplete. The punt unit coming out for State College as the Trojans get a big stop with 2:01 in the first.
Yeah, Yoder had a little bit of room there, maybe a step or a half on the defensive back. Just missed him.
Once again, back to return for the Trojans is Bryce Flannery. Quinn Murphy, the punter. The senior captain, Kersinger, will snap it back to him from the 46. It's a low snap, fumbling with it, picked up by Murphy, and he's able to get it away. One bounces at the 25-yard line and takes a fortunate bounce for the Little Lions. It's marked down at about the 19, and that's where the Trojans will set up shop.
Yeah, way to recover there and get that punt off. Avoid a big turnover in your own territory.
Murphy's punt. Everybody roll stone. It'll be a Chambersburg 1st down.
1st and 10 for the Trojans. Ball at the Chambersburg 18-yard line. 1 minute, 52 seconds remaining. Little Lions lead by 1. It's 7-6. A missed point after attempt by the Trojans on their first touchdown connection. Lining up in the backfield, the quarterback Jones, sophomore QB. He'll take the snap. Now looking to throw. A little bit of trouble. He's got to avoid that pressure, ranging to his right, and he's going to be brought down. It's the 4th sack of the season for State College's defense. First sack of the contest tonight as Jones goes down, and a sophomore quarterback there has to understand that pressure's coming in. That's going to be a costly one as they lose about 5 in the play.
Yeah, a lot of pressure there coming up the middle, as you saw. Almost like 3 or 4 State High defenders swarmed in on that sack. Jones tried to get away, but not much he could do with that one.
1 minute, 14 seconds and counting. Jones will line up with a running back off to his left once again. Trying to use his legs, Jones spinning. He's going to lateral back. A hook and ladder gets it out to about the 20. Brought down on the play is Bryce Flannery. Trailing behind Jones, that pass option. And it looks like Jones is going to be slow to get up here. Clock stopped with 51 seconds. It was a gain of 9 and a very creative play there for the Chambersburg offense. But it appears their quarterback is down. Slow to get up. We'll have to take a check here, but we'll step aside for a brief moment. Stick with us here. 7-6, your score on CNET. junior quarterback Bryce Fulmer is out for the Trojans, the backup, as Jameer Jones goes down on the play. Clock is running on a 3rd and 7 situation. Ball on Chambersburg's 22-yard line. Fulmer back to pass, fires near side. It's caught for a first down by Parker. Breaking some tackles and staying on his feet. He's leveled at the 45-yard line. Coming across and making the tackle on the play is Dante Nastasi. Rather, that's J.W. Scott. There is flags a little bit behind where the tackle was made, but for now, it's a first down at midfield. Looks like this one's going to go against the Trojans and get called back.
Man, Fulmer with an absolute dart to Parker, who got walloped at the end of that, but once again negated because of the penalties. Penalties have been big here early on for both teams.
They're going to mark this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
Out to the back call against Chambersburg. It brings up 3rd down.
It's going to bring up another 3rd down attempt. They're calling it 3rd and 3. Clock is running, 31 seconds remaining. Ball on the 25. Fulmer back there once again. He's back to pass, fires across the middle, caught for a first down, and falling forward is Hoppel. Clock stopped at 21 seconds. Hoppel is upended at the 39-yard line. Rather the 34. It's a first down for Chambersburg.
Fulmer with 2 quick, short strikes. But they've been effective here, as Chambersburg earned themselves another first down to work with here as the first quarter is coming to a close.
6 seconds and counting. Fulmer looking in no hurry back behind, and this one's going to tick off. End of the first quarter here at Memorial Field. State College 7, Chambersburg 6, a pair of long touchdown drives for each team as we head to the second quarter. Stick with us here at Memorial Field. You're watching State College football here on CNET.
Congratulations, Conrad.
Start of the second quarter here at Memorial Field. Conrad Moore being recognized at the break. The quarterback for the Little Lions last season, selected to a team of distinction by the National Football Foundation and College Football Hall of Fame. Here's a second down strike from Fulmer. Rather, a first down strike is incomplete down the far sideline. Bryce Fulmer, backup quarterback in for Chambersburg, 3 for 10 for 13 yards and 3 interceptions on the season. He saw some action in the loss to Spring Ford, a 48-0 loss for Chambersburg in that one. But Fulmer's in there, and he's filling in for Jameer Jones, who left on an injury at the tail end of that first quarter. He'll line up in the shotgun once again, 11:55. Hands this one off up the middle. Plunging is Flannery. He's going to fall forward for a gain of about 4. It's going to set up a 3rd and moderate for the Chambersburg offense.
Yeah, Fulmer coming in, though, hasn't had much success so far this season, as you mentioned. 14 yards, 3 picks, but he's coming in confident, slinging the ball. Hasn't resulted in any, points for the Trojans yet, but they're moving the ball slowly but surely.
next man up mentality for the Trojans. They've connected on a couple of third down strikes already tonight. This one, 3rd and 5, 11-15 and counting here in the second quarter. Fulmer looking to pass. He goes right side. It's blocked down at the line of scrimmage. Kyle Kersinger getting the hands up, swatting it to the turf. Clock stops at 11:09. And it appears that the punt unit coming out for Chambersburg on 4th and 5.
Yeah, Kersinger at 6'2", using his height and his wingspan to swat that ball at the line to force a punt for Chambersburg.
The senior captain getting the job done. Now back to return the punt for the Little Lions. It appears to be Jashawn Green. Rather, that's Brandon Price. As Hummel signs punt, gets off clean. Price calling for a fair catch, and he makes it at about the 33-yard line. Touch back here on Conrad Moore, a National Football Foundation Team of Distinction honors for State College's quarterback last season. A quarterback, a basketball star, and he's a starter for University of Penn track and field. It's a guy that could do it all for State College, and they were happy to bring him back to receive this distinction tonight. One of 64 honorees across the country out of a pool of 3,500 scholar athletes. Pretty special for Conrad Moore.
Absolutely. Big-time athlete. It sounds like his resume deserves some recognition.
11 minutes and 1 second here in the second quarter. State College leading it 7-6. It's 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line as the Little Lion offense is back out on the field. 3 punts and 1 touchdown on the day as the handoff goes up the middle. Bendick falling forward. It's a gain of 12 on the play and a first down for State College.
I believe that's Bendick's biggest gain of the game so far. We'll see if that can get that ground game going. Open up some more things in the air. State High hasn't found much outside of the one big play.
It's a ground game that averages over 200 yards a game through the first 3 contests this season. Oh, look to get it going as Furmanak's going to pitch this one out. Opposite, that's Yurka. He's going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage. A pair of Trojans there on the tackle. Looks like McCoskey on the play as well as Paul Hance.
Yeah, Chambersburg was not fooled there with the quarterback option all over the pitch. Chambersburg lost a yard on that one.
A 2nd and 11. Lining up at the bottom of your screen once again is Jashawn Green. Furmanak's going to run. He's got an open gap right up the middle, falling forward. It's a first down once again right at the line of game as Furmanak is tripped up. There's that dual threat action that we know Furmanak is capable of. Over 100 rushing yards this season, and he gets it done there for the Little Lions.
Yeah, Furmanak displaying his burst. Wasn't able to get far there as Chambersburg was able to make a tackle. But, you know, it's good sign for him and the Little Lions that things are opening up.
Chambersburg putting 4 men on that defensive line. The snap is back. Looking to pass near side, spinning around and looking, that one broken up. Broken up on the play. The pass intended for Yoder near side.
Pass for State College. It'll be 2nd down, Little Lions.
It's going to be a 2nd and 10 for the Little Lions.
Yeah, doesn't quite look like they were on the same page there. Fulminack threw that ball. Yoder's head wasn't quite turned. And fortunate that that wasn't an interception by Scott.
9 minutes and 38 seconds. Clock is stopped until the snap. Liddell giving signals in from the sideline. Back in the pocket, Furmanak rolling right. Looking downfield, firing across the middle, and it's caught for a first down, crossed the 30, and knocked out of bounds at about the 20-yard line for State College. Furman, pass complete down to Yoder once again for a first down.
Yeah, Furmanak scrambling out of the pocket, finding Yoder on the run for a big gain. And the Little Lions find themselves within the red zone of the Chambersburg Trojans for the first time since that first drive. Off the big play.
It's the second big connection for Yoder tonight. He has been huge for State College's offense as they cross into the red zone for that second time. Here's Furmanak rolling left. His throw is a little bit high. Can't be brought in will bring a second down as he was trying to connect with out of the backfield, Dante Nastasi.
Yeah, it's a little high there for Nastasi. Don't know how far he would have gotten, even if he would have caught that. Would have had to turn around, make a big-time adjustment. Still 2nd and 10. Plenty of opportunity for State High to capitalize here on what's been a pretty good drive.
7-6, State College is leading. 9 minutes and 8 seconds here in the second quarter. Looking to cross the pylons for the second time tonight is the Little Lions offense. And they're going to have to wait as a timeout is called from the sideline. Play clock was ticking down. The timeout called by State College, their first of the half. We'll take a break with them. 9 minutes and 8 seconds here in the second quarter. 7-6, State College leading by 1. You're watching State College football here on CNET. Nine minutes and 8 seconds. The State College Little Lion offense coming back on the field alongside Zach Donaldson. I'm Preston Shoemaker. Zach, what does State College need to do here? Who are they looking to?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest contributors here early on has been Yoder. He's done it deep. He's done it short. 2nd and 10. I would look his way.
Yoder lines up on the far side of your screen. Furmanak takes the snap and hands it off to Yurka up the middle, falling forward for about a yard. It'll bring up a 3rd and long situation. 8 minutes and 57 seconds and counting as the clock continues to tick. State College leading 7-6.
Yeah, interesting that they opted to go for a run there. Run game has been okay so far, but nothing too effective, and puts themselves in a 3rd and long situation here. Although close enough for field goal range, if that's what they're aiming for.
Yoder and Price lined up on the bottom side of your screen. Green on the top. Shotgun snap. It's a pitch. They go near side. Trojans in the backfield, and he's brought down. Big stop on the play. Grant Hoppel, the linebacker, gets into the backfield and closes up the gap. Yurka brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a 4th and 9, and it appears the field goal unit is coming on the field for State College.
Yeah, interesting with how well State High has been able to move the ball through the air so far, as they don't try to find a hole in the secondary to punch it in the end zone. It's
a 34-yard attempt for Quinn Murphy. 3 for 3 on the season. His long is 38. Snap is back, hold is good, kick up, and it splits the uprights. State College getting a field goal out of the drive, 33-yard attempt. Makes it a 10-6 game with 7:47 remaining here in the first half. And Zach, a chance there for the Little Lions to get back into the end zone, comes up short, but they get away with 3 points.
Yeah, I mean, points are points, and it's a good sign for the Little Lions that they were able to move the ball kind of meticulously through that drive, a mix of run, mix of pass, some things to the outside, up the middle. So, you know, they were getting a lot of things that were working. So that's definitely something that they can build off of as this game goes on. Still in the early period, 7:47 here remaining in the second half. A lot of football to be played.
We're going to see this Chambersburg offense come back out onto the field, and it appears that it is Fulmer, the backup, that will come back out again for this next drive, as Jameer Jones, the sophomore starter, went down at the tail end of that first quarter on an undisclosed injury. We've got Fulmer out on the field, and we'll see after this kickoff attempt if it's going to be Fulmer in the backfield for the Trojans. Set to kick it away is Murphy. Back to return Flannery and Parker for the Trojans. 7:47 here remaining. Murphy's kick is away, right down the center. This one going to be caught at about the 6-yard line and taken out by Parker. He goes right up the middle and falls forward to about the 28-yard line, where he's brought down by a couple of Little Lions. And back out on the field, there is the starting quarterback, Jameer Jones. So after going down at the tail end of the first, Jones is off the bench and back in. Perhaps a huge kickstart here for the Chambersburg offense as they try to get this game back within reach. They trail by 4.
Absolutely. It's a great sign, as Jones was tackled extremely awkwardly when he got knocked out of the game for a brief moment, but here he is back. We'll see if that can give a spark to the Trojans.
Options Lilly in motion, the handoff. It's a play action. No, it's taken by Williams, and he's going to go forward. A gain of about 7 on the play. It fooled me. It was such a great fake there by Jones. A lot of motion in that backfield, but it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 2 here on the 36-yard line.
And Williams made that work right there. A lot of nice, short, nifty cuts to navigate his way through the State High defense. Going to bring him to 2nd and 2.
Williams stays in the backfield with Jones. Jones, the 72-yard strike to Scott, their only score of the game. This time he'll keep it. Trying to go far side, the edge is sealed, and he's going to be brought down right about at the yard to gain, or rather the line of scrimmage. Clock continuing to tick, 6 minutes and 54 seconds. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 2 or 3.
And nice job by the State High defense there after a big 8-yard gain on 1st down, not allowing Chambersburg to get anything else, and it puts them in a 3rd and 4. In fact, they lost 2 yards on that one.
3rd and 4, ball on the 34-yard line. Can the Trojans offense keep this drive alive? Williams is in the backfield once again. Trio of receivers to the near side, looking to throw. Coming across near side, it's picked off. Stepping in front of it and taking it towards the end zone. The 10, the 5, he's in. Touchdown, Little Lions. Pass intercepted by Brandon Price. Takes it 34 yards to the house. Little Lions extend the lead with 6 minutes and 10 seconds in the first half.
Yeah, heck of a play there to capitalize on that error by Green and Lilly. Doesn't look like they were on the same page there. Lilly ran the comeback route to the opposite side that Jones threw it to. Way to be, State High, capitalizing on that to increase their lead with the extra point pending.
First interception of the season for Brandon Price. Kick is up from Murphy, and it splits the uprights. 17-6. Price, the senior quarterback, 5 passes deflected on the season, but he steps in front of that one and takes it 34 yards to the house. It's the 4th interception this season for State College's defense, and the 2nd pick thrown by Jones. Just looked like Price was reading that one off the bat as he stepped in front.
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting to see, is Jones, was that just a miscue, or is he still shaken up by that injury scare that he had earlier? We'll have to see what happens when they come out next.
Murphy will come out to kick this one away for State College, and just a tough situation here for the Trojans. They find themselves down 11, a big play by that defense. Now Jameer Jones is going to have to come back out, the sophomore, and do it again. What does he have to be looking for as he comes out here in the offense to make sure he's not overwhelmed?
Absolutely. I think he was getting what he wanted early. I think he just has to settle in, get into a groove, and they've moved the ball well at times. They haven't been able to. They put together one solid drive. So I think replicate that. Look at the blueprints from that, and just come out, settle in. There's still a lot of football left to be played.
Once again, back to return the kick for the Chambersburg Trojans. Bryce Flannery and Rajan Parker. The kick from Murphy is down the left side. It's going to be taken by Flannery at about the 8. Tries to make a man miss, breaks a tackle, and there he goes, falling forward, going past the 30 and brought down at the 35-yard line. A nice job there by Bryce Flannery to break a tackle at about the 20 and extend that an extra 15 yards for Chambersburg. That's where they'll set this up at the 35.
Yeah, Bryce Flannery, way to go. Keeping his head high after that interception. Keep saying it, but still a lot of football left to be played. Just about 6 minutes left in the second half. Chambersburg gets the ball coming out of halftime, so just settle in and Jones do his thing.
Flannery will stay on the field as the halfback for Jameer Jones, sending Lilly in motion. Handoff is to Flannery. He goes along the outside, trying to get around the edge, and he can't. Brought down all the way out at the yard to gain. Nice stop on the State College defense.
Bryce Flannery on the carry for Chambersburg.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11.
5 minutes and 38 seconds here in the first half. 17-6. State College leading Chambersburg here at Memorial Field. 2nd and 11. Ball at the 34-yard line. Bottom of the screen, Malachi Scott. He caught the big touchdown early in the first quarter. He lines up as a wideout. Jones looking to pass. Slings it across the middle, has a man, but overshoots him. That's Rajan Parker. Coverage on the play by Jashawn Green. It's going to set up a 3rd and long.
And nice route run there by Parker. Was able to get a step or two on Green. Jones just massively overshot him there.
3rd and 11. Deep in the Chambersburg territory. Ball at the 34-yard line. Jones will have Flannery once again as the tailback. 3 wide receivers. Pressure coming from State College. Stepping up is Jones. He's going to try to use his legs. Falling forward, and there he is upended at the 40-yard line. Ball came out late on the play, but they're going to call Jones down. Short of the yard of gain, it's going to be a gain of 5, but a nice job by Jones to scramble out of some pressure and get something out of that play. Sets up 4th and 6, and the punting unit comes on.
Yeah, certainly an incredible effort. You know, that's a good sign to see him that he's not afraid to use his legs after he got banged up earlier. Certainly a good sign for the rest of this game.
Brandon Price is back for the Little Lions. Tegan Hummelstein, the punter for Chambersburg. Takes the high snap and able to get it away. Well, caught at the 31 by Price. He loses the football down on the turf. Chambersburg thinks they have it. At the bottom of the scrum, coming up with it, it'll be State College football as Price was able to fall back on top of it. They'll set up right there at the 30. State College able to avoid a disaster with 4:12 here in the first half.
Yeah, it was interesting to see him take that ball in the first place, and then it's fortunate that the fumble was recovered by State High, as there's a Chambersburg player down on the field. I believe that's number 64, Brandon Vaughn.
Vaughn getting some look right in front of the Chambersburg bench. 4 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the second quarter, a 17-6 State College lead. We'll step aside for a quick break. Stick with us here on CNET. State College's offense out on the field. The injured Trojan has made his way to the sidelines. 4 minutes and 12 seconds, 1st and 10, ball on the Little Lions 31-yard line. State College leading at 17-6. Furmanak working in the shotgun. He takes the snap. Handoff goes to Bendick, who fights for a gain of about 2 on the play. It'll be a 2nd and 8 with just under 4 minutes in the first half.
2nd and 8 for the Little Lions.
State High up 17-6 here with just under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. If they can, conduct a nice drive to get some points before halftime, that would be big time.
2nd down and 8. Ball on the 33-yard line. They have to get out to the 41. Handoff once again, this one to Yurka. He's got a hole and gets across. First down and more. He's tackled at about the 49. They break into Trojan territory. Yurka gets the run. Clock at 3 minutes and 28 seconds, stopped at the moment. And now running once again.
Yurka showing off his burst, almost broke a big one for the Nittany Lions, or the Little Lions.
Fermanak looking near side to pass. Knocked out of bounds. He connects with his receiver. That's Jashawn Green.
Pass complete to Jashawn Green.
3:15 on the clock. It's stopped. It'll be a 2nd and 5.
Haven't seen much from Green after his big first drive. We'll see if they can get him implemented
6-yard gain
at the end of this half.
Lions.
They're going to mark it a 2nd and 4. Ball on the 43-yard line. Fermanak sending a man in motion. Handoff goes. Coming around, it's Yoder who gets a key block out in front and gets the first down. And a little bit extra, crossing into the 33-yard line and getting out of bounds. A critical moment there. 3:09, the clock stopped.
Yeah, got a big-time block from his teammate, was able to get out of bounds. Preserve a little bit of clock for State High, but they might not need it as they're approaching the red zone of Chambersburg on the 33.
Some age on that offensive line for the Little Lions, getting some critical blocks up front. They're led by Mike Dincher. The All-State as a sophomore last season, the starting junior. He's up the middle at left guard. Fermanak takes the snap, trying to air this one out. He's going to overthrow his man. Trying to go far side. It appears that was Nastasi.
Second down,
It'll be 2nd and 10. 3:04 on the clock. Little Lions lead it 17-6 over the Trojans.
Yeah, Fermanak looked Nastasi's way right away. Was going to him from the jump. Nice coverage there on the outside to prevent anything from happening.
Nastasi will line up at the top of your screen once again. At the bottom, that duo, Jashawn Green, TJ Yoder. There's a jump, and a flag is gone. Looked like a jump by DeMore on that defensive line for the Trojans, and that's what it'll be.
Offsides penalty against Chambersburg.
5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down, but now they 2nd and 10, cut in half, 2nd and 5.
State College with a 2nd and 5.
Down to the 28-yard line, clock remaining stopped at 3:04. Fermanak taking his time. Lining up behind him is Kersinger. Rather, it's Bendick. He takes the handoff and falls forward. That's a gain of about 5 and a first down as the clock is stopped.
Bendick on the carry for State College.
Little Lions chipping away as they move down the field here, and it appears another Trojan is slow to get up.
Gain of 5 yards to the Chambersburg 23.
Appears to be Grant Hoppel, the linebacker for the Chambersburg defense. He sits up and will get some attention. We'll keep it here, Zach. 2 minutes and 58 seconds, but a first down as State College has been able to chip down the field. They got the big defensive touchdown, a big touchdown earlier in the game, but they've been stuffed in the red zone once tonight on a field goal. 17-6. Be critical for them to be able to score here before this first half ends. They do receive that kick coming out of the half.
Yeah, definitely some points would be great to extend their lead. And as you saw, Chambersburg penalty kind of changing the tide on that drive. Who knows, State High could have found themselves in a 3rd and long situation. Instead, they have a 1st and 10 approaching the red zone of Chambersburg. And now if they can end up punching this in, making it 24-6, that's a tall mountain to climb for the Trojans.
Hoppel walks off the field. That's a tough loss for a Trojan defense. The senior captain, one of the main leaders in that linebacker core. He's off under his own power, making his way to the Trojan sideline, but the State College Little Lion offense will come back out here. 1st and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line. Clock begins to run. 2:54 and counting. Lintel giving the signs from the State College sideline. Junior quarterback Fermanak will relay the message. Nastasi in motion. The handoff goes to him. Spinning right at the outside. Can't get out. It's actually TJ Yoder that came across on the play. Upended at the yard to gain. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd down.
Yeah, State High choosing to go outside here when they're close in the red zone. Interesting strategy. We'll see if they try to change it up because it seems like Chambersburg has been all over it.
Second and 10. Flag on the play.
That's going to be a jump by Chambersburg.
Offsides penalty against Chambersburg.
It's a critical jump there.
5 for State College.
Another 5 yards closer for the Little Lions. 2 minutes and 1 second. The clock begins to run here. 17-6. State College on top. 2nd and 5. Ball at the 18-yard line. A 3-receiver set for Fermanac. Sends Skortis in motion. Throws it up. Green. He's got a 1-on-1 jump ball, and he cannot keep it in the hands. Oh, man, that one is going to be one he wants back over the top of his defender. Parker couldn't get a hand on it, but dropped in the end zone. It'll bring up a 3rd down. Minute 37. The clock stopped.
Yeah, Parker definitely got beat on that play, but heads up for him. Sticking with it, you know, putting his body out there, maybe altering Green's vision just enough to force that drop and incompletion.
Timeout called on the play by Mark Luther, and that Trojan defense looking to get a critical stop at the tail end of this first half. 1 minute and 37 seconds. 3rd and 5 upcoming for State College when we return here on CNET. Little Lions back out on the field. A minute 37 remaining. 17-6, a critical 3rd and 5. Ball on the 18-yard line. .15 on the play clock. Fermanac takes it. Looking across the middle. He fires one. It's caught. 10-5 crossing into the end zone. A touchdown for State College. It's Dante Nastasi, his first touchdown of the season. And extends the lead for State College, 23-6. Extra point upcoming. A critical connection to the junior wide receiver.
State High keeping it in the air on 3rd and 5. Finds Nastasi across the middle, and he's able to trot in the end zone. Easy points for State High to extend their lead to a pretty sizable, now looks like 24-6.
Extra point is through the uprights and off the top of a car out there behind the stadium. Hope you didn't park close tonight. 24-6 your score. State College has extended the lead over Chambersburg. Now, Zach, a minute 29 remaining. Trojans offense is going to get this back, and a chance for Jameer Jones to come back out here for this Trojan offense. Finding a way to put some points on the board would be critical. The long on the season for Tegan Hummelstein is 25 yards. They're going to really have to get that one in tight for trying to find a field goal attempt here. But what are you looking for out of Chambersburg's offense as they retake the field?
Yeah, I'm looking at Jones. After that injury, we haven't really seen him make any plays. He was electric early on, made a couple big plays downfield. That's the reason that they have that 6 points on the board. We'll see if he can bounce back, get his feet under him. You know, not a lot of time, but under 2 minutes, but still, you know, plenty of time to get into reasonable field goal range. His season long's 25, but maybe he's capable of a little bit longer than that, I would presume.
Set to kick off here for State College once again, Quinn Murphy. Rajan Parker and Bryce Flannery back to return it. Flannery on the near side, Parker on the far. Squib kick, this one coming up the middle. It'll settle back for Flannery to take. Straight up the middle, breaking a couple tackles, and he's brought down at the 42-yard line. Tackle made there by the Little Lions coming up the middle.
First down Trojans at the Chambersburg 42-yard line.
It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Chambersburg Trojans. Ball at the 42-yard line. That's where Jones and company will set up shop.
Yeah, good job there by Flannery. The big burst up the middle. Was able to avoid the arm tackles of a lot of State High defenders and puts him in pretty good field position to start off this drive.
2 timeouts remaining for either side. 1:23 on the clock. 1st and 10, ball at the 42-yard line. They'll wait as the Chains get into position. Yard the gain, the Little Lions 48. Shotgun set up here for the Trojans yet again. Jones has got it, and he's looking to throw. Across the middle, connects with his man, and the ball is dropped. Scott couldn't keep that one in. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, tough one there by Scott. Jones had enough time back there, delivered a good ball. Scott had some room to run as well, but couldn't hold on to it.
Andy Jean, one of the receivers, lining up along the far side. Scott on the near side. A 2nd and 10, ball on the 42, minute 19 remaining. Pressure coming off the edge. Jones escaping, and he's going to try to use his legs. Across the 50, he steps out just a yard short. Clock stops at a minute 10. Set up a 3rd and short. Jones looks like he took a hit the tail end of that play. Great job by the sophomore quarterback to escape the pressure and use his legs.
Yeah, absolutely. Jones definitely displaying the heart right there. Didn't even go out of bounds. Stayed in bounds to try and get some more yards for his squad.
They're going to mark it a 1st down. 1st and 10, ball at the 48-yard line for the Trojans. Yard to gain the 38. Minute and 10 seconds. Clock not running. 7 on the play clock. Now down to 4. Have to snap the football. Snapping with 1 on the shot on the play clock. Throw over the middle. A flag on the play. It's caught. A short game by Scott. Upended on the play by Brandon Price. Flag is in the backfield. It's going to be against the Trojans. A holding. They'll back this one up.
Brandon Price with the tackle for State College.
Yeah, there's another big penalty there for the Trojans after a nice gain by Scott. Backs him up as they're running out of time here with 1:04 remaining in the 1st half to try and decrease their deficit.
I'll march this one back and have a long ways to work.
Penalty against Chambersburg.
Going to place the ball back on Chambersburg's own 35-yard line. Wow, that really is going to make this one difficult. Yard the gain, still the 38 of State College.
Bring up a 1st and 22.
It's a 1st and 22 for Chambersburg. Clock ticking underneath a minute here in the 2nd quarter. Jones is going to hand the ball off up the middle. Rashawn Williams is brought down immediately. Tackle made on the play by an animated J.W. Scott.
Flannery on the carry for Chambersburg, a gain of 2.
Yeah, after getting backed up big there, even further back than Flannery returned the original kickoff.
Timeout, State College.
They opt to go conservative with their first play. It's a run up the middle. Didn't go anywhere. 2nd and 22. They'll call a timeout.
And now Matt Lintel and the State College team is thinking ahead. If they can stop this clock, maybe get the ball back, have a chance for the offense to even put up more here. 50 seconds, you're looking at a 2nd down, ball on the 37-yard line, about 15. Now they'll adjust that. It's going to be about 25 to go. That feels a little more right here. This is a 2nd and long, but Now 1 timeout remaining for the Little Lions, and maybe the offense gets back out on the field here, Zach.
Yeah, potentially. They're going to need some quick stops. You know, if Chambersburg comes up throwing, which they might very well do, considering their deficit, force a couple incomplete passes, and State High could definitely get the ball back and get a chance to increase their lead even more heading into the locker room.
Mark Luther addressing his offense in the huddle. They break out of it. A slow walk out towards the football. 50 seconds here in the second quarter. 24-6. State College in the lead. It'll be a second down, 25 to go. Ball on the 37-yard line. You're the gain, the opposite 38. Jones will look to use his feet. He's got an open lane right up the middle, across the 50, and spinning. He falls forward right back to about the original line of scrimmage. And that's big. A timeout called here by the defense once again. The final timeout for State College. Only 10 seconds off the clock, but a gain of 16 will bring up a third and manageable. 3rd and 9 here for the Trojans.
Absolutely. I mean, considering what it was.
There'll be no timeout called on the field, rather. The clock is ticking down to 30 seconds. Lintel opting to keep that timeout in his pocket. 25 seconds as the play clock differentials by about 4 seconds. Chambersburg taking their time here as Jones remains in the backfield. Rayshawn Williams lining up off his right hip. Play clock down to 5. 8 on the game clock. And now a timeout called by Mark Luther and company. They run that game clock all the way down to 4 seconds. Chambersburg clearly playing for the second half here. Now the offense will come back out, likely take a knee, and send this one to the half.
Yeah, interesting strategy, as you know, they might have had a chance to strike a big play down the field, but you know, a lot of football left to be played, still a whole half to go. And you know, get Jones reset after pretty rough first half, and yeah, Chambersburg certainly not out of this one yet.
(24-6), the score here at Memorial Field. Brandon Price's 34-yard interception returned for a touchdown for the Little Lions, along with a pair of touchdown strikes by that offense. One pass for Fermanak and one on the ground. Jones lines up, 3 receivers, the bottom of your screen. 4 seconds remaining. He takes the snap, and they're going to try to take a shot towards the end zone here. There's one down the near side, spinning back around, and the ball is picked off. Picked right at the end of the half for the Little Lions. It appears that Nastasi was able to come up with that one, and that's going to send it to the half, 24-6.
Yeah, very interesting strategy here by Mark Luther and Chambersburg. Opt to run the clock all the way down and then take a shot down the field. Wasn't anywhere close to the end zone. Perhaps they were trying to catch State High off guard. Didn't happen, as Nastasi was able to come up with the interception. And the score remains 21-6. State High with a sizable lead heading into the locker room.
We'll step aside for a quick break. Be back in just a moment. 24-6. We've reached the half here on CNET. throw it over your shoulder. 24-6, your score at the half. Welcome back here to Memorial Field alongside Zach Donaldson. I'm Preston Shoemaker. Zach, 17-0, the scoring differential for the Little Lions there in the second quarter. Got the job done on the offense and the defensive side of the ball. What's something you've been seeing so far from Matt Lintell's Little Lions?
Yeah, well, I think it starts up front, especially on defense. The pressure has been getting the quarterback, Jones, for Chambersburg the entire first half. But on offense, too, they've been giving Finn Fernbeck good protection on offense, and he's been able to get his weapons involved. We saw Green and Yoder make some big plays in the first half. We'll see if they can continue that in the second and put up more points.
We'll take another look at that defense, too. We've seen some sacks from State College. We saw the interception returned for a touchdown for the Little Lions. But, of course, you know, only giving up the 6 points for the Trojans on that first drive, the 72-yard connection to Scott. What does Chambersburg's offense need to do to really settle in here coming into this second half?
Yeah, well, I think it's just about Jones getting his feet back under him getting settled back in. I don't think he looked quite the same after he went out for that one drive with that injury. I think he's a little bit shaken up, but, you know, he just has to settle back in, you know, do what he practiced all week in practice. He was electric before that, so I think that combined with eliminating penalties, some penalties as we saw in that last drive before half, back-breaking for the Trojans. So I think those two combination of those two things, and Chambersburg can get back in this one.
I mean, we saw the 72-yard connection from Jones to Malachi Scott, the interception return for a touchdown. How about the huge connection on that first drive for State College to TJ Yoder? What's been the biggest play that you've seen so far in that first half?
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit it on it. I think the touchdown to Yoder was it. Although Scott's here on the near sideline, going up over his man, winning the 50-50 ball, was pretty sensational. Hopefully there's a lot more of that in store in the second half.
24-6, the Little Lions a comfortable lead over Chambersburg, and they will kick it off to Chambersburg to start the second half in just a couple of minutes. Stick with us right here. You're watching State College football right here on CNET. Welcome back here to Memorial Field. Second half of action just about ready to get underway between the State College Little Lions and the Chambersburg Trojans. State College in the lead 24-6. Alongside Zach Donaldson, I'm Preston Shoemaker. Thank you for tuning in tonight here at Memorial Field. A beautiful crowd in attendance in a packed State College. A big weekend for football here in the State College Borough as Penn State set to host Auburn tomorrow night for the whiteout. The crowd here tonight, a couple of orange caps spotted. It's been a great weekend for football, Zach, and it's going to be a great second half of action here as Chambersburg is set to receive the kick.
Absolutely, Chambersburg receiving the kick at halftime. I'm looking for them to come out of the locker room firing with this pretty sizable 18-point deficit. They're going to need to make some action happen quick because I don't think State High is slowing down on offense either.
Set back to kick it off deep for State College is Quinn Murphy. Back to receive it, Flannery and Parker for the Trojans. The kick is underway and the second half is ready to go here in Memorial Field. Taken at the 10-yard line and slammed to the turf. Right at the 22, a big stop there on special teams. And the Trojans will take it over
for Chambersburg
with 11:55 here in the second half.
Michael Gall on the tackle for State College.
The freshman Michael Gall getting the big slam down there, the inside linebacker on special teams. And back out on the field is the quarterback, Jameer Jones. Saw a big touchdown connection in that first half with Malachi Scott. Their first connection of the season went 72 yards for the touchdown. But it's been a tempered night for Jones, kept in check by the State College defense. One interception on the night as well. Takes the first snap and looks to sling it out far side to Parker. He's caught, but thrown down for a loss of maybe one on the play. A swarm of Little Lions right there to catch him at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they opt to go with the rocket screen to Parker to kick off the second half. State High defense all over it. That's both West and Price making the tackle.
Scott will line up as a receiver on the near side of your screen. Also sending down there is Andy Jean, slot receiver. The sophomore Jones back in the pocket once again. 11 minutes and 12 seconds here in the third quarter. Looking to pass, Jones stepping up in the pocket. He's going to leg one out down the field, far sideline, and he can't connect. Splitting between two receivers, Jean had a step on his defender, but about 5 yards too far out in front. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. Not the first time we've seen Jones overthrow an open receiver tonight.
Yeah, I was about to say, a couple missed opportunities there from Jones. Had two men in the area. Couldn't connect with either of them, and now the Trojans find themselves in a 3rd and long situation to start the second half. Not ideal.
6 points for the Trojan offense today. They trail 24-6. Clock is stopped 11-3. Here's the 3rd and 10. Pressure in the backfield. He gets the throw away. It is batted away, incomplete. Jones trying to connect with his receiver, but right there in coverage, Will Stone knocks it away. And the punting unit is out for the Trojans.
And there's that pressure from the State High D-line once again, making Jones uncomfortable back there. Had to force the throw and threw it to a well-covered man. Stone was able to make the play, get a hand on it. Incomplete, and the punt team comes out.
Once again, the punter, Hummelstein, is out. Won himself a Morgan Wallen lookalike contest this summer when his cousin gave him a mullet of a haircut. Rocked it for a couple of weeks. The snap is low, but he scoops it up and gets the kick away. It's going to be a short one. That one's sailing out of bounds. It's not going to cross midfield. See where they mark this one. Coming forward and stopping. They're going to mark the ball all the way up at the 39-yard line. An out-of-bounds punt off the side of the foot of Hummelstein, and the Little Lions offense is getting set in great field position to start this second half.
Yeah, not a great punt there at all. That haircut, Morgan Wallen lookalike contest dub didn't help him much there with that punt. State High, yeah, they're going to have a great field position to kick off the second half and have a great golden opportunity to build their lead.
Here's Finn Furmanek. 1 touchdown through the air tonight. Well over 100 yards passing. We'll line up at the shotgun with Owen Yurka. Dante Nastasi on the near side. Option, Steven Skortis in motion. Now takes the snap, that handoff going off. It's Bendick who is met in the backfield. Trojan defense right on top of it. James Lilly, once again, the senior linebacker, continuing to get the job done for the Trojans.
Yeah, Bendick tried to bounce it outside, but Lilly is all over that. He himself went out with got a little banged up earlier, but he's back in and making an impact. 2nd
and 12. Ball on the 41-yard line. A loss of 2 on the play. 10 minutes and 18 seconds here in the third quarter. Play clock down to 8. Nastasi takes the shotgun. Looking near side, he connects with his man. Brought down out of bounds at the 30-yard line. TJ Yoder connects on the play. A gain of about 5 on the play. It's going to set up a 3rd and short.
Gain of 10 yards on the play.
They're going to call it a gain of 10 yards on the play, rather. 3rd and 2. Great connection there for State College.
Yeah, there's that Furmanek-Yoder connection that we've seen all night, putting the Little Lions in great position to convert this 3rd down and finish off the drive with some points.
Yoder over 100 yards receiving today. 9 minutes and 30 seconds. A 3rd and 2, ball in the 31. Handoff up the middle. It's a 1st down and more. Fighting for those extra yards and falling forward on the play. Owen Yurka getting the carry. Rather, it's Brady Bendick. It's a 1st down. 7-yard gain. 9 minutes and 21 seconds. The clock stopped.
That's a state high 1st down.
Yeah, Bendick carrying multiple defenders, couple yards further. He only needed 2, got 7. 1st and 10 for the Little Lions.
Ball on the 24-yard line, knocking on the door of the red zone here, the Little Lions offense. Yurka into the contest off the left hip. Handoff goes to him. Plunging up the middle. Stop for a gain of about 2 or 3 on the play. Looked like Nathaniel Stroman on the stop. Gain of 3 brings up a 2nd and 7 here with 8 minutes and 40 seconds in the third quarter.
Officials timeout.
Official timeout on the field. We'll stop this one. State College will take the opportunity to come to the sideline and set the offense here. 8 minutes and 37 seconds, 24-6. The Little Lions leading. They add some time to the clock, and now it begins to run once again. Under 8:30. Offense back out on the field. 2nd and 7. Ball on the 21-yard line. They look to get to about the 14. Play action. Jump ball, Green. He reaches out and can't make the catch. Defended tightly on the play.
3rd down.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down. Malachi Scott getting the stop, and Green is slow to get up in the end zone. That is a critical part of State College's offense, and he'll receive some attention here.
Yeah, great adjustment there by Green to, put himself in a position to catch that ball, but unfortunately, looks like he got pretty badly banged up as he doesn't seem to be lying on his back there. It doesn't seem to be moving. Trainers rush over to help him.
Had an awkward dive to try to make that catch around Scott, the defender. We'll take a break here as the attention will go to Green. 24-6, State College leading. 8:17 remaining in the third quarter here on CNET.
Yeah.
All right. Back here at Memorial Field, a hush has rushed over the home crowd as Jashawn Green is still down in the back corner of the State College end zone. A scary sight as the stretcher has been brought out onto the field. Green, one of those top offensive weapons for State College, tried to go wrapping around his defender, and Scott, to make a play, went straight to his back and has not moved much. We've seen those legs move a little bit. Good sight there, but certainly our thoughts and prayers going out to Jashawn Green and his family here. Both teams getting some warm-ups back out on the field as they still pay some attention down to Green, moving him from the ground to the stretcher. It's the second time this season that Green has had a serious injury. Got hurt 2 weeks ago in the loss to Downingtown East. Now in that contest, Furmanek went from quarterback, moved down to the wide receiver position. Zach, I bring you back in here. With a 24-6 lead, don't anticipate to see any motion in this offense, but surely that's got to be tough for State College to get back out there when losing one of your top weapons in Green.
Yeah, absolutely. Just real quick to echo what you said, thoughts and prayers to Green and his family. Certainly a scary sight, but as you said, we saw the legs move. We won't speculate what the injury is, but certainly serious one as he's about to be lifted onto the stretcher. But in terms of the game, I would not expect Furmanek to go out wide just because of the juncture of the game. It's 24-6, State high, threatening to score again. But we might see backup quarterback Jack Morris here get some snaps soon if Furmanek does end up going out wide, as he did 2 weeks ago when Green did go out initially for the first time. So we'll see how the rest of this drive shakes out, and then I think we'll have more of a certain answer.
Well, and that's what Matt Lintel told us when we spoke earlier in the week. He said, look, we were playing Downingtown East. We needed that height mismatch on the outside, and Furmanek was able to get that. And, I mean, this is a guy who, Furmanek, 5 receptions, 109 yards on the season, and he's a starting quarterback. So certainly capable of sliding around to where the offense needs him fit. But I do agree with you. I think this is a different situation. 24-6 the score here with 8:17 in the third quarter. Green still getting some attention in the back corner of that end zone. We'll step aside once again. Stick with us here. 8:17 in the second half, 24-6. The Little Lions in the lead and knocking on the red zone when we return here on CNET. Back here at Memorial Field as Jashawn Green has left the field on a stretcher. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Green and his family. Took a tough hit in the back corner of the end zone going after a 50-50 ball there, Zach, and he's going to come out a huge loss for this State College offense. And who are you looking to kind of step into to fill this void?
Yeah, wishing him a speedy recovery for sure, but I'm looking at Yoder. You know, the guy has been opposite Green all game, and he's been doing some big things, but you can't leave out Finn Fermanak. You know, he's, as we've mentioned all broadcast, he's the do-it-all guy, and he's the leader of this offense. So I expect him to inject some life into this offense and really, you know, pick up the slack that and fill the void that Green left.
As we get back onto the field here, State College is looking at a 3rd down and 7 to go. Ball on the 21-yard line just outside of the red zone. 8 minutes and 17 seconds on the game clock here in the 3rd quarter, 24-6. The Little Lions in the lead. Fermanak will stay in at quarterback. We mentioned when Green went down 2 weeks ago, Fermanak went into a wide receiver spot, but he'll stay at the helm of the offense here. Play clock begins to run. Again, 3rd and 7, have to get out to about the 19-yard line. Looking to pass is Fermanak. Throws out far side, it's caught. Getting across and knocked out of bounds is Brandon Price. A 1st down and more, he's down to the 4-yard line.
Yeah, so not Yoder, but Price getting involved on offense, making a catch right there to inch the Little Lions closer to the end zone.
1st down.
We've seen Price get a touchdown on the defensive side tonight. Nastasi, the wide receiver, has a touchdown from Fermanak, as well as the running back Yurka running one in. 8 minutes and 9 seconds, the clock is stopped. 1st and goal, ball on the 4-yard line. It appears to be Yurka in the backfield. Fermanak will keep it himself up the middle. He's in. Touchdown, Little Lions.
The
4th rushing touchdown of the season for Fermanak. He gets it from 4 yards out, and the Little Lions tack on to that lead. It's 30-6 here in the 3rd quarter. Extra point to come for State College.
There's Fermanak making an impact on the scoreboard with his legs. He had a couple runs to extend drives early on the game, but he finally gets one, punching it into the end zone, and State High is up 36, extra point pending.
Extra point from Murphy is good. 7 points on the board for State College here in the 3rd quarter, 31-6. The Little Lions in a comfortable lead over the Trojans. We'll take a quick break. 8:04 remaining here on CNET.
Look at the student section down there. Country theme tonight, maybe?
America looks like, yeah.
America? Something.
Red, white, and blue.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's probably what it is.
All right,
I
here
saw
we
the
go.
cowboy hats.
Quinn Murphy sets to kick it away for the Little Lions after the 7 points put up on the board here in the 3rd quarter. 31-6. State College a comfortable lead over the Chambersburg Trojans. Back to receive for Chambersburg. It appears to be Flannery and Parker once again. The kick is away. It's one going back. It's going to be Rajan Parker. Takes it about the 4-yard line, straight up the middle, and he breaks through. One man to beat, it's the kicker. He's got him across the 40 to the 30. No one in front. Parker, 95 yards, no flags. Touchdown, Chambersburg. The answer that the Trojans were looking for. 96 yards to the half. Rajan Parker, 31-12. And an extra point to come for the Trojans here with 7:50 in the 3rd quarter.
Parker made some big plays here in the game. Hasn't been able to result in any points, but right there, he flashed his wheels right up the gut of the State High defense. Found the end zone, and just like that, the Trojans strike, and it looks like they'll go for 2 here.
We saw Hummelstein run onto the field and make his way back to the sideline. Jones is out. Looks like they'll try to go for 2 here, lining up on the far hash. 3 wide receivers with Rashawn Williams in the backfield alongside Jones. Rather, it's Bryce Flannery in the backfield. He'll line up on the right side. Looking to pass Jones. He goes over the middle, and it's caught. 2-point conversion good. He connects with who else? Rajon Parker. 96-yard kickoff return. The first special teams touchdown of the season for the Trojans. A huge exclamation point there. Still 31-14 Little Lions, but exactly the kind of punch you were looking for from Chambersburg after going down.
Yeah, absolutely enormous. Cannot express that enough. Parker just looked like a burst of speed, a flash of lightning going up the middle, and he cashed in on the touchdown opportunity and got the 2 points on the board for his team to negate the missed extra point early. And just like that, Chambersburg still a long way to go, but that's a great start.
Hummelstein set to kick it away for Chambersburg. And another chance for that Little Lions offense to come out onto the field. We've seen them be successful numerous times tonight. A couple of long strikes through the air, a touchdown on the ground, and a pair of touchdowns through the air. Kick is away from Hummelstein. Far side, taken at about the 8-yard line, trying to reverse field, coming through and tripped up. A big special teams tackle there, coming through by Isaiah Brumfield. It's going to set up a 1st and 10 on the 14 for the Little Lions.
Yeah, big play by Brumfield there to pin the State High offense a little more deep into their territory. Now, Chambersburg will take anything they can get at this point to claw their way back into this one.
It's a Chambersburg defense that is back out on the field. Had a little bit of time to catch their breath during the injury pause to Jay-Sean Green. The offense will be without him here as they look to set up a long drive. Furmanak will connect near sideline. Screen pass, but the defense right there bubbling it up. Couple of Trojans there to clog it up as Fulmer gets to him first. It's 2nd and 10.
Swallowed up there by the Chambersburg defense, and Fulmer very animated there after he made that play. Maybe that kick return by Parker was exactly what this team needed to get itself going. We'll see here on 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 15-yard line. Have to get out to the 24. Looking to pass, Furmanek now using the legs, scrambling up that far side. He's got the first down, and he's across the 33-yard line. New set of downs upcoming for the Little Lions. 7:02, the clock stopped here in the 3rd quarter.
Fulmanak with a little pump fake there. Got Chambersburg defender Aguare and was able to convert the first down for his squad.
1st and 10, ball on the 32-yard line for State College. Pair of receivers, the bottom of your screen. Handoff up the middle. Bendick plunging forward. He'll fall down at about the 40. Gain of 7 on the play. It's 2nd and 3.
Brady Bendick on the carry for State College.
6 minutes and 32 seconds ticking here in the 3rd quarter. 31-14. State College in a comfortable lead, but a little bit of momentum here currently for the Trojans. Scortis in motion. Furmanak handoff once again to Bendick, who plows his way to just about the marker. Appears to be a yard short. A gain of 2 sets up a 3rd and 1.
Brady Bendick on the carry for State College.
Bendick just running through his man, not letting anything get in the way of those crucial yards as they've got a pretty manageable 3rd and 1 here. Let's see what they decide to do.
Ball on the 41-yard line. Bendick off the center, plowing straight forward, and he looks to have it. Needed one, took three. It's a 1st and 10 coming up for the Little Lions. 5:36 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I was going to say, with the power that Bendick has been running with, he runs with all the time, I think it would have been a bad decision to go anywhere else but to him up the middle for that 1 yard, and they got it.
Ball on the 44-yard line, 1st and 10. 3 receivers lined out for State College. TJ Yoder, he's had a big night offensively. He's at the bottom of your screen. Play action. They go far side. Caught and knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. A big tackle by Curtis Bryant. Nastasi, no gain on the play. They'll call it an incomplete pass. Rather, it is a completion, just no gain. The clock continues to run. It's 2nd and 10.
Big tackle by Bryant there.
The junior, Curtis Bryant, upending Nastasi right at the line of scrimmage. Looking to pass again is Furmanek. He goes near side and sails it high over the top of Nastasi. Had a little bit of room in front of him. Incomplete will bring up 3rd and long. Ball at the 44-yard line. A chance here perhaps for the Trojan defense to force a turnover and get a punt.
Yeah, Furmanek has been money most of the night, although a couple passes have sailed high to create 3rd and long situations. This is another one that Chambersburg has to lock in on if they want to climb back in this one.
The Trojans have 4 men on the defensive line. Mark Luther, head coach, told us they'd use some 4-man fronts this week. Typically a 3-man front defense. 3rd and 10, ball on the 44 and a timeout called by State College. First timeout in the second half for the Little Lions. A chance to talk things over. We'll keep it right here, Zach. 3rd and long. You got to look to try to extend this drive. Chambersburg finding a little bit of momentum here as of late. What is Mark Luther saying to those guys in the huddle right now that you see?
Well, I think he's just saying, first and foremost, protect the football. What would really kill State High's chances here would be a turnover. To fumble, to throw a pick, etc. in your own territory would be really backbreaking, especially because you mentioned the momentum that Chambersburg has on its side. Now, do they opt to go conservative, run inside or outside? Do they go with a pass? Because Furmanek has been pretty sharp all night. We'll see. But, you know, with the lead, 31-14, got to be feeling good about your chances.
A look inside the Little Lions huddle. Matt Lintel addressing his offense, an offense that has had its way for a good portion of tonight's contest. They find themselves in a 3rd and 10. Ball on the 44-yard line of State College. They have to get it to the Chambersburg 46. Under pressure, Furmanek. Throwing at the line of scrimmage, broken up. Right there on the stop is Malachi Scott defending on the play, and Chambersburg gets that punt they needed. It's 4th and 10 for the Little Lions.
The pressure there by the Chambersburg front really made that play happen. Furmanek has to be careful. That ball was tipped, and there was a defender in the area, so there would have been that forbidden turnover there. Fortunately, it turns into a punt, and we'll see if Chambersburg can capitalize.
Bryce Flannery is back to return the punt for the Trojans. Punt from Murphy. Clean off the foot. Flannery letting it bounce and making the catch. He called for a fair catch. He's going to take that one at the 20-yard line. 4 minutes and 23 seconds here in the third quarter. Chambersburg offense coming back out onto the field.
Punt received by Bryce Flannery. It'll be a Chambersburg first down. At the
first time we've seen this Chambersburg offense really come out in quite a bit of time here, Zach. Of course, the 96-yard kickoff return by Parker and then the two-point conversion. But a chance here for the Trojans to get set up at their own 21-yard line. Looking for a quick score.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I talked about this in our halftime report. I'm eager to see how Jones comes out. You know, he didn't get to come out right away because of that kick return touchdown, but we'll see if he settles in, you know, hits his mark, and really can, you know, get this offense going.
Scott at the bottom of your screen, lined up as a receiver. They go with the RPO, and the defense for the Little Lions not fooled. Flannery thrown down. It's going to be second and a long attempt, a loss of 3 on the play.
That's complete for a 3-yard.
Yeah, I was a little surprised. I thought I saw a lane for Jones to take that. He opted to pitch it. But, you know, with how persistent he's been running, hasn't hesitated to use his legs. A little shocking there. He pitched that and ended up being a loss of 3.
Second and 13, ball on the 18-yard line. Jones looking to pass. Pressure immediately. The ball's knocked away. Falling on top of it, it looks like the Trojans will get it back. Wrapping around on that far side. Quick pressure by the State College defense. It looked like Skortis got his hands on it.
With the hit for State College.
It'll be a 3rd and long attempt for the Trojans.
Yeah, the pressure was heavy by the State High line there. Knocked the ball out of Jones's arm. Luckily, Avery Coons was there to cover that one up and mitigate the damage on that play.
Skortis, the 6'4" junior, getting around the line for the Little Lions. And now a 3rd and 21. Taking off is Jones. Trying to get to the outside, and he can't. Brought down at about the 20-yard line, and a 3 and out for the Chambersburg offense that really couldn't muster up much there as Jones hobbles back to the sideline.
Yeah, Calvin Roan with a big tackle. Jones makes him miss. He had some room. Probably would have gotten the first down and more. Big-time tackle for Roan and big-time stop for the Little Lions, stopping any sort of momentum.
2 minutes and 25 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. 31-14, State College in the lead. Tegan Hummelstein set to kick this one away. The punt is off. Fair catch called for and made at about the 50-yard line by Brandon Price. That's where State College will take over. 2 minutes and 12 seconds in the 3rd quarter. We'll step aside for a quick break. 31-14 your score here on CNET. Setting up at midfield, State College getting the offense underway with Furmanak in that shotgun. 2-12 here. He's going to take a deep shot. Down the side, Price, he's got him. Out in front of his man, the 10, the 5, Price on his feet. Sticks it out for the touchdown. 50-yard strike for the Little Lions. Furmanak to Brandon Price. Exclamation points from the Little Lions offense, 37-14.
State High not slowing down, even up 31-14. Come out firing. Beautiful deep ball from Furmanak to Price, who now has himself a defensive and an offensive touchdown on the day. Big game for him. Big game for the Little Lions.
Coming into the contest tonight, the long on the season for the senior Price was 11 yards. 50-yard strike, the extra point from Murphy is good. And State College continues to pour onto their lead. One play, all they need there, Zach, to connect down the side. We've seen a couple of those big plays work for State College. That Chambersburg defense just allowing a couple of those big ones to get through on the back end.
Yeah, I mean, we thought that return by Scott could have been a potential, momentum shifter in this game and to at least make it a little more competitive. State High is having none of that, though. Furmanak continues his dominant evening and connects with Price. Big-time score down the sideline. And this one is looking more and more out of reach for the Trojans as the game progresses.
State College has played with the big lead already this season. 51-6 victory back week 1 at Mifflin County. Also took down Hollidaysburg last week at Tigers Stadium. A 34-20 win. 38-14 here in the third quarter. Little Lions comfortable. They'll kick this one away to the Trojans. Rajan Parker had the 96-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. And he is back with Flannery once again. Parker on the far side of your screen. The kick is up, and Parker's going to call for it. Makes the catch at the 7, and up the middle he'll go again. Trying to break it outside. He's knocked up. And the defense is going to usher him towards the sidelines, bring him down at about the 18. No heroics for Parker on that return. It'll bring the offense back to the field with Jermaine Jones.
Trojans with a first down at the Chambersburg 19-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 19-yard line. Chambersburg deep in their own territory.
Chambersburg was able to strike that one big play on the first drive of the game. We haven't seen any connection since then. They have to be looking to do something here.
Handoff goes right side. And knocked up at the line of scrimmage. Three big defenders there for the Little Lions to knock down. It was Flannery on the carry. He'll bring a 2nd and 10. Minute and 33 seconds here in the third quarter. Clock continuing to run. 38-14 the score.
Yeah, State High's front 7 tonight has been playing absolutely nasty. Hard hitting, are not letting the running backs, outside of a couple that Jones has broke because of his shiftiness and his quickness, his agility. Outside of that front 7 has been stout.
Play clock running down, and a timeout called by the Trojans.
Timeout, Chambersburg.
38-14, State College in the lead. We'll step aside for a quick break here on CNET. Trojan offense back on the field. 2nd down and 10. Ball on their own 19-yard line. Minute and 4 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Jones has it. Quick pressure. It's a screen pass. He gets it out to Flannery. Makes a move at midfield and spinning around for a gain of about 5 on the play. It's going to set up a 3rd and 5. 38-14, State College in the lead.
Gain of 5. It'll bring up
Yeah, still a whole quarter of football to play. A little bit more as there's 40 seconds left to tick in this third quarter, but Chambersburg has to start showing some urgency if they want to climb back into this one, as the lead is at 24.
3rd down and 4, ball on the 25-yard line. 3 receivers on the near side of the screen. Flag on the play as the snap comes off. It appears that this one's going to go against Chambersburg. A false start call. It's going to back him up once again. 18 seconds on the clock here. 3rd and 9 upcoming after the 5-yard penalty. Trojans will try it again.
Yeah, there's another penalty for Chambersburg. Had a couple tough ones in this game. You have to wonder, you think back to right before halftime. Now, if they would have been able to put some points on the board, if that would have been different, but penalty pushed them all the way back.
Clock ticking all the way down and hitting 0 right as the ball is snapped. The third quarter has come to an end. The Little Lions in control, 38-14. We head to the fourth here on CNET.
I figured they were just going to run it out.
An American-themed student section singing along with the marching band. We're set to start the fourth. 39 for Chambersburg. Ball on their own 20-yard line. Aired out near sideline. There's Scott. He's got a step and got it again. Down the sideline. He's beat his man. 10-5. Touchdown, Chambersburg. For the second time tonight, Malachi Scott getting the long ball. A connection with Jameer Jones. 80 yards the strike. And an extra point away from another big exclamation point. That's 3 for Chambersburg tonight. Still trailing in the contest, 38-20.
Yeah, well, we see Chambersburg definitely has the ability to strike quick. That's 3 times tonight. Beautiful ball to Jones, and even better catch by Scott, reaching his hands out. All hands, snatched it out of the air and sprinted into the end zone. And it's pending the extra point. Now Chambersburg, still a whole quarter left.
Trouble with the snap, the hold, rolling across. They're going to throw it in the back of the end zone, and it's caught. Bryce Fulmer had the hold. The snap was low from Brandon Vaughn, and he connects in the back of the end zone. A 2-point conversion. Chambersburg making something out of nothing. 38-22 with 11:49 remaining in the contest. Exactly what the Trojans were looking for there. They caught the defense of the Little Lions sleeping coming into the fourth. A big strike and a quick one at that.
Yeah, bringing their deficit to 16 points with still a quarter left. And we saw with the ability of them to, strike quick with some big plays. Chambersburg, let's not count them out just yet.
Now my question for you here, Zach, you're down 16. You kick this deep and trust your defense, or do you try to catch State College off guard again, maybe send Hummelstein out with an onside attempt?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. With how State High's offense has performed tonight, though, and, they've been getting pretty much everything they want. Still a whole quarter left. I would put some trust in the defense to get a quick stop and, maybe pin him a little back and force a deep punt, get some good field position.
State College lined up for the kick deep as Hummelstein will take the steps back. 5 men on that front line at the 50 for State College. Coming through, he connects to kick. This one down the sideline, trouble, and it goes out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Flag is out. A tough one there for Hummelstein as it comes off the toe awkwardly. Out of bounds on the near side. We'll see where this one gets marked off.
Yeah, unfortunately, if there's one thing that you did not want to do there, it was kick it out of bounds. Now State High is going to be granted with some excellent field position to start off this drive.
Will be marked at the 35-yard line of the Little Lions. A 1st and 10 is where they'll set up there. 11 minutes and 49 seconds here in the fourth. 38-22. State College in the lead and looking to strike for more. Fermanak is back. Right off the hip. Kyle Kersinger. Rather, Brady Bendick. Handoff goes to Bendick. Surge forward for a gain of about 5 on the play.
On the carry for State College.
Bring up a 2nd and 5 situation as the clock continues to tick. I have to think State College want to keep that football on the ground. As long as that clock is ticking, it's good news for them.
Yeah, I agree, especially with how powerful Brady Bendick has been tonight. He's been able to plow through most of Chambersburg's defensive front and, at least get a couple yards. I'd say you hand it off to him 3 times and should be a first down.
Yoder, Price, and Nastasi out for the receiving core. The handoff once again to Bendick. Diving, getting to about the 43-yard line, a gain of 2. It's going to set up a 3rd and short situation here for State College.
Bendick on the carry for State College. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3, ball spotted at the 42-yard line. Have to get to the 45. Back to the 3-man front defense here for Chambersburg, dropping an extra linebacker back in coverage. Bendick is in the backfield once again, moving from that right hip to the left. Shotgun snap, Bendick's got it. Going forward, he's going to get the first down. Needed those 3 yards, might have gotten 3.5, but it's enough to move the chains, and who set it down's coming for the Little Lions.
And just like that, 3 handoffs to Bendick, 1 first down. We'll see if that's the continued strategy for the Little Lions. Have to think it's that or at least something similar because, as you mentioned, Preston, as long as that clock's running, the 16-point lead, State High's in some good shape.
Clock ticks under 10 minutes here in the 4th quarter, a 38-22 lead. 1st and 10, ball on the 46. Ball is fumbled on the exchange. Falling back on top of it is Owen Yurka. The sophomore halfback had some trouble getting the ball from his quarterback, but recovers for a gain of about a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9 as the clock continues to run.
Yeah, Yurka's fortunate fortunate for that bounce right there. Was able to recover that fumble. Talk about a potential game-changing shift. That would have been it right there.
Ball on the 47-yard line, 2nd and 9 yards to go. Yurka's got it. Once again, he finds a hole. Falls forward just across the 50. Tackle made on the play by Nick Swartz. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
Owen Yurka on the carry, a gain of 4 yards.
Now looking back to that last play, it's absolutely vital here that State High protects the football, especially at midfield.
Clock is all the way under 9 minutes, 8:56 continuing to count. Plenty of time on the play clock as it ticks down to 10 seconds. Four on the play clock. Looking to pass. Fermanek now has a lane, and there he goes. Falling forward, he gets to the first down marker. Big hit as the helmet flies off. Clock stopped at 8:35, but a new set of downs coming as Fermanek grabs the helmet.
On the carry.
He's going to have to come out for a play, losing the helmet. So for the first time tonight, we will see Jack Morris in at quarterback. Morris 7 for 15 with 115 yards on the season. Backup quarterback for the 2nd straight year, the junior. But earlier in the week, receiving some great praise from Matt Lintel. Told me one of the smartest players he has on his team, a guy that can step into just about any role on the offense when needed. He's seen some time back there this season, and he'll take the snaps here. 8 minutes and 5 seconds. It's a 1st and 10, ball on the Chambersburg 44, and a timeout will be called by State College.
Timeout, State College.
8 minutes and 1 second. We'll keep it right here, 38-22. Zach, State College putting together a decent little drive here and really running some time off the clock. That's something critical for them here. Yeah,
absolutely. I think that needs to be the biggest point of emphasis, next to, as I just mentioned, a little bit before, protecting the football. A turnover would not only swing some momentum on the Chambersburg side, but, at midfield right now, you got to protect that football. Can't give them any opportunities to sneak back into this one.
Chambersburg's defense making its way back out onto the field. The offense for State College looking at a 1st and 10. Fermanek will stay on the sidelines. We will see Jack Morris at the helm of the offense. Morris in the shotgun, 1st and 10, 8 minutes and 1 second in the fourth quarter, 38-22. The ball will be kept by Morris, trying to come to the near side, and he's brought down to the backfield. Rushing in to make the tackle, Jermaine Hollins. Morris checks out. Back in is Fermanek for a 2nd and 12.
Loss of 2 yards, Jermaine Hollins Jr. on the tackle for
Yeah, Fermanek will take over the reins once again after Morris's brief stint, just a play.
Defense charging by Chambersburg, and they're going to jump. Hard count by the Little Lions. It's going to force the offsides.
Penalty against Chambersburg.
Getting a couple yards back there for the Little Lions, a hard count from Fermanek.
Yeah, veteran play there by the quarterback, Fermanek. Getting a couple extra yards after Morris just lost that on the play that he was in.
Looking to pass, Fermanek gets it across the middle and dropped. Incomplete. Trying to work it to Nastasi, a little bit of pressure in the pocket for Fermanek.
Third down.
It'll bring up a 3rd and 7 at the Chambersburg 41.
Got to be careful. Bryce Fulmar almost was able to make a play on that ball that was just out of his reach. Would have been a big-time interception. Fermanek is fortunate. 3rd and 7 for State High. Let's see what they opt to do.
3rd and 7 at the 41. Looking to pass again. Near side, there's Price. Falling right at the yard of the game. It's a new set of downs. First down, needed 7 and got 8. Clock stops at 7:04.
Pass complete to Brandon Price. Ball at the 33-yard line of Chambersburg.
Ball we marked at the 33-yard line for the Little Lions. First down and 10. All the receivers brought to the bottom of your screen on the near side. In the backfield is Bendick with Fermanek. 6:45 and ticking here in the fourth. Handoff goes to Bendick, finding a hole and brought down at the 27.
Brady Bendick on the carry for State College. A gain of 5 yards.
5-yard gain for Bendick, 38-22. State College in the lead, 6:27 and counting.
Big-time tackle there from Elijah Owens. Bendick had daylight. Might have been able to increase State High's lead, but Owens made the stop.
2nd down, 5 yards to go. Ball at the Chambersburg 27, looking to get to the 23. Fakes the handoff to Bendick, and taking off is Fermanek. He's got first down distance and more. A pair of Trojans bring him down at the 6-yard line. Dual threat capability from Finn Fermanek. He's got a gain of 20, and it's 1st and goal for the Little Lions.
Yeah, he's displayed that all game, his rushing and passing ability. Flashes his rushing ability there again. Might have been his 2nd longest run of the game.
Came into the contest, his long rush of the season, 18 yards. That one goes for 20, and it's a 1st and goal. Ball at the 7-yard line, 5:33 and ticking. Handoff goes to Bendick, and he is met right at the line. Trojan defensive front standing strong. It'll bring up a 2nd and goal situation. 5:22 and counting.
College. No gain, 2nd and goal at the 7.
TJ Yoder checking back in for State College. He comes to the bottom of your screen alongside Price and Nastasi. That offense stacked to the right of Fermanek. Went with a hard count, now looking back. Picks up the blitz coming from the box. Under 5 minutes to play. Pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was trying to go to Yoder. A play action will bring up 3rd and goal.
Yeah, he had Yoder open, but fortunately for Chambersburg. They were able to get a paw on that ball, and that could have been a lot worse for State High had that been intercepted, even deep in their own territory.
Looked like Makosi got his hands on that one. 4 minutes, 45 seconds, clock stopped. 8 seconds on the play clock. Fermanak takes the snap, hands off. Yurka charging forward. He's brought down at the 3-yard line. Decision time for the Little Lions. 4th down at the 3. Clock will continue to run. Field goal unit standing by on the sideline. No signals yet. Looks like the offense will stay on here for the Little Lions. Been successful on a couple of attempts in the red zone today. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. 4th and 3. 2 receivers far side. Optioning Price in motion. Looking to pass. Now trying to do it with the legs. Fermanak is stopped at the line of scrimmage. And it looks like the Trojan defense will get it done.
On the carry for State College, a gain of 2.
Fermanak gains 2. He stood up at the 1-yard line. Chambersburg takes over on downs deep in their own territory.
Stood up there. Big time stop from Jermaine Ollins Jr., keeping his squad in this one. Although, deep in their own territory, we saw how Chambersburg has the ability to strike quick with the big play. They've done it 3 times so far this evening. Here would be perfect time for another one.
Jameer Jones looking to lead his Trojan offense 99 yards and trying to get a score on the board. 3:51 remaining in the contest. Trojans trailing 38-22. Takes the snap and hands it off deep in his own end zone. Running across and getting out for about a gain of 6 on the play is Rashawn Williams.
Rashawn Williams on the carry.
Yeah, good job by the Trojans there, getting out from their own end zone,
Gain of 8
giving them
yards, 2nd and 2.
a lot more room to operate to strike.
Clock ticking at 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Jones setting his offense, sending Gene to the slot along the far side. Flag on the play. Looks like a false start once again on this Chambersburg offense. Or rather, it's going against State College, an offside penalty.
First down, Chambersburg.
Saw the left tackle, Flory, jump at the line of scrimmage, but it looks like the defense forced that jump, and a fortunate chance here for Chambersburg. Get a couple yards out of it.
Yeah, it looks like he was indeed instigated. That would have been tough for Chambersburg if they were backed up in their end zone once again. But fortunate for them, they get a little more room to breathe.
1st and 10. Ball on the 14-yard line. Keeping it is Jones. Up the middle, he's brought down. Gain of 5. Clock ticks at 2 minutes and 38 seconds. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5.
The carry for Chambersburg.
Chambersburg running low on time here.
Gain of 7
Trailing
yards,
38-22. Jones
for the Trojans.
looking to lead his team down the field, perhaps looking to get that offense a little more comfortable. We talked about how young this Chambersburg offense is. Every rep is beneficial when you're looking for that experience. Here's Jones. Trouble in the pocket, and he's going to get wrapped up. Was trying to find his way downfield to Scott on the near sideline, but a double team coming in. It's going to go as a sack on Jones as the clock moves under the 2-minute mark.
Jones looks like he hurt his arm real bad. He's holding that, running off the field, pointing to the trainers. And yeah, he's over there in some serious pain on the bench.
Wrapped up by a swarm of Little Lions. Bryce Fulmer rushes back into the game. The second time we've seen the backup quarterback in. 3-step drop. Airs one out far side. He's going to sail it long over the head of his target, Andy Jean.
Fulmer's pass is incomplete.
Fulmer Had a couple of connections in the early second quarter, some small strikes, and the junior quarterback will get a couple of shots here. Minute 29, clock stopped.
Yeah, Jones still getting tended to over there on the sideline. That did not look good. He was in some considerable pain. One has to think he's done for the game. We'll see if Fulmer can make some magic happen, but in a 3-score game, it's got to be really quick.
2 sacks, 2 interceptions today. Fulmer going near sideline and sails that one long over the head of his intended target, once again trying to connect with Gene. On 4th down, they take over on downs. The offense coming off the field, and State College, minute 23 seconds to run this one out. Going to improve to 3-1. A comfortable win for them today, upcoming. And Zach, they were able to get it done offensively and defensively, but you have to think the loss of Jashawn Green is going to be on the back of the mind of Matt Lintel and this State College Little Lion squad.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get what looks like it'll end up being a 38-22 win here, assuming they just run out the clock, but certainly did not come without its losses, as Green, still uncertain about his status, but certainly did not look good as he was wheeled off of the stretcher. They're definitely going to have to figure out a way to fill the void that he left going forward.
Minute 23, victory formation for State College. Vermanek takes the knee and the clock begins to tick. 2 timeouts do remain for Chambersburg. Head coach Mark Luther going to keep him in his pocket. Couple more snaps in this one coming to a close again. Our thoughts and prayers are with Jashawn Green and his entire family. Scary situation in the back corner of the end zone early in the 3rd quarter. That saw him taken off on a stretcher, one of the biggest weapons in this Chambersburg offense, and a huge part of that defense as well, playing on both sides. We'll keep him in our thoughts.
Absolutely. It's next man up mentality now for the State High Little Lions. We'll see who steps into that role.
Chambersburg's going to fall in the contest to 2-2 on the season. Just a couple of mistakes for this younger squad tonight from Chambersburg that they're going to need to continue to try and improve on. 2-second differential between the play and game clock. This one's going to tick down. How do you clean up some of those mistakes for Chambersburg's side, Zach?
Yeah, you know, it's unfortunate because we talked about it in the pregame. Mark Luther said that he wanted to eliminate the mistakes in this one. Definitely had some hard to overcome penalties, turnover, but overall, this was just a dominant evening from State High on both sides of the ball. Chambersburg was able to get some quick scores, but overall, this was State High's game.
Your final score, 38-22. The Little Lions coming out on top tonight over the Trojans. We'll step aside for a quick break. Wrap this one up for you on the other side here on CNET. Back live here at Memorial Field. Final score tonight, 38-22. The Little Lions getting the victory over the Chambersburg Trojans. Zach Donaldson, Preston Shoemaker. Zach, some big flashy plays for Chambersburg tonight, scoring 3 times on 3 big plays, but all in all, offense just a little bit quiet, and the defense couldn't stop the Little Lions as they push forward tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for the Little Lions, you saw the offense was led by Finn Fermanak. He got all of his weapons involved. Big scores across the board. Have to credit that front 7 on both sides of the ball, too. They made things really uncomfortable for Jones and the Chambersburg offense. You mentioned they were able to strike on those big plays, but outside of that, they did not have many opportunities because of the pressure applied.
How about the big night from Malachi Scott for the Trojans? 2 massive touchdowns, 72 yards, 80 yards. The connection was there with Jones tonight. Those 2 paired with the 96-yard kickoff return from Parker. Those big flashy plays for Chambersburg, but State College getting a comfortable win tonight. Looking into the future, this is a younger team for Chambersburg. We've talked about it. A lot of juniors, a lot of sophomores, little varsity experience coming into this season. They're going to play at home next week against Central Dauphin. What's the biggest thing you think they need to clean up?
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about it in the pregame show. I think it's the mistakes. I think State High overall just dominated this game tonight. There was not much that Chambersburg could do, but, you know, internally they got to clean up the mistakes. There were a lot of penalties, ones that, you know, we'll see. We don't want to play the what-if game, but very well could have altered the outcome of this game. You know, they go the other way. Those don't happen. State
College, on the other hand, improving to 3-1 on their season. They go on the road next week against Central Dauphin East. Big one for them, but again, we exemplify the injury and loss of Jashawn Green. Who is the biggest name that needs to step up for State College as they continue their season?
Yeah, I mean, right behind him was Yoder. You saw him step up in many impressive ways tonight, made a couple big plays. Obviously, the big one to start off the game for State High. I think, you know, but really it's just, you know, next man up mentality. That's what, I mean, well wishes to Green. Hopefully things turn out for him. We don't know. But next man up mentality, we'll see who can step in and fill that void. And it's a big one, definitely.
Little Lions coming out on top tonight. Once again, that final score, 38-22. State College improving to 3-1. Chambersburg falling to 2-2. For our producer, Matt Burns, and my broadcast partner, Zach Donaldson, I'm Preston Shoemaker, and thanks for tuning in tonight. We'll catch you next time right here on CNET.